I'm not leaving the budget audio segment anytime soon. What I have here with me is a Type C to 3.5mm USB DAC amp from Verilux, priced at just 1000 rupees. It uses a different DAC chip. It houses a Realtek ALC5686 DAC chip, which is fairly different from what we usually see is CX31993. And there have been a lot of questions about other options, so I thought I should try something different, and this one definitely looks better than most of the USB DAC amps we used to see in this price range. This brown and silver cable looks interesting, and the build quality is reasonably good. I guess this is metal and this too is made out of metal. Verilux is fairly good when it comes to adapters and that kind of stuff. I have been using a few of their Type C cables for power banks, and this USB DAC amp looks nice. It comes with a C to A adapter too. One good thing about this USB DAC amp is this comes with a reasonably good case too. We will see if this one is any different from what we get to here with CX31993 USB DAC amp. So this is it. This is the unboxing. I'll include the initial impression within this video. So this is my initial impression of the Verilux Type C to 3.5mm adapter. Now this is a very good alternate to the CX31993 DAC chip. It is using Realtek ALC5686, and overall I will say that this is a slightly warmer sounding DAC amp when compared to the CX31993. It has a warmish overtone throughout the spectrum. Okay, it doesn't have any kind of sharpness or any kind of excessive energy at any point of the spectrum. Yes, this does lack slight bit of micro details when it comes to that, but this will pair much better with V-shaped IEMs like KZ, Duonic, and even CCA Zyra. Even the 7Rs G1 will pair much better with this one because of its slightly warmish presentation. Slightly, ever so slightly. There is literally no issues when it comes to upper mid sharpness or anything like that. Even though the IEM has some sharpness, this nicely rounds that off. It is not piercing anymore. I tried the Duonic, I tried the Zyra and a couple other single DD based IEMs, and I will have to say that this is a calmer, slightly more smoother kind of USB DAC amp, and you guys can see the build quality and everything is very good. We are getting a nicely braided cable here. It is using metal parts and there is literally no issues when it comes to the build quality. We are getting a adapter too that can be used with your laptop or PC, so it is offering very good convenience there. If I have to break down the spectrum, it is not reducing the bass or anything like that. It is offering equally good amount of sub bass, rumble and body. If the IEM has it, it will offer the kind of rumble and body, so no compromises there. Mid-range too is fairly clean. There is no issues with tonality or anything like that. It doesn't sound metallic or nasally or anything like that, so that's a very good thing. It doesn't suppress the sound stage of the IEM either. Bass too have the right amount of body and weight behind them, so it kind of is not deducting nearly anything out of the stock signature of the IEM. Yes, the treble is slightly relaxed. Yes, that is one thing that you have to keep in mind. If you find your IEM's V-shaped signature to be a bit too aggressive, you can pair that with this one. This will reduce 1 or 2 dB of energy there, and the sharpness and that kind of stuff are slightly dialed down, so that is a good thing. So this is a very good alternate to the CX31993 DAC amps, to be precise. So yes, this is the initial impression. There is not a lot to talk about because there is no app, there is nothing elaborative about this. If I will go deeper into the spectrum, if I do a deeper deduction of this one, I will start finding flaws in this, but at just 1000 rupees, I do not see it as a competitor to anything else. But for beginners, okay, you do not need to compete with any of the USB DAC amps except the CX31993, and there is a very good alternate to that. I have been repeating that because I kind of find this to be slightly differently tuned, slightly warmer and more comfortable than that one. So yes, you can go for this one. I kind of like its build quality for just 1000 rupees. It looks nice, and the functionality and that kind of stuff is very good too. So this is it. This is my initial impression of the Verilux Type C to 3.5mm adapter. Thank you for watching guys. Have a nice day. Enjoy.